Ladies and gentlemen, it is your high guy, your fly guy, the truth from the booth, B.I. Double, bringing you this week's edition of Mayhem. And now, after a little longer intermission than I thought it, because nobody knew when that last show would be done, all our competitors are ready. We paid the fees to stay in this building longer. And we are live. And we are kicking things off with a match in the women's division between champion and #1 contender. The singles match before the championship challenge at the Ballroom Blitz pay-per-view. Liz goes one-on-one with TJ Ramirez to start the show. Oh, we don't have time for anything. As TJ hits the ring double leg, and these two are beating the hell out of each other. Just throwing hands. Ref trying to get everything calmed down so we can start the match. The bell rings, and this match is live. Liz with a flying clothesline. These two despise each other as this rivalry goes back into season 2. TJ with the reversal sends Liz into the corner. A series of shoulder blocks puts Liz down, but Liz back up, sidesteps the shoulder block. Now TJ sidesteps the right hand. Palm handle into the backbreaker. TJ looking to climb that top rope. Lucha Libre background for Ramirez, instead opts for the elbow as Liz is sitting up, just adding on the pressure. This one's starting off fast, and Jason is back with us. Jason's on the live show. Just want to throw it out there that Jason may be my favorite fan. So you take that how you want it and do better. Maybe you can get shouted out all the time. Snake Eyes in the corner from the women's champion. Liz off those ropes, drops the elbow. Connected with the side of the head as TJ was just writhing in pain. And now a face plant trying to take the paint right off her. But TJ fights back from the ground with that gut punch into the backbreaker. We see where the assault is going. Working on that lower back. TJ snappers her down. Hits that surfboard trying to slow things down. Said TJ off the ropes. Fez press, rains the right hands. These two getting physical. As TJ rolls to the outside. Liz catches her on the way in, sends her over that top rope, looks to put her back on the floor. With a jawbreaker. Go to the right hand. Liz stuffs it. Pops up. No! Going for that pop-up Rana. Instead caught with a power bomb. As TJ begins to do work on the leg. Liz with a European uppercut now. Swing out neck breaker on the floor. Now stomping away at her challenger at Ballroom Blitz. Liz sent back in the ring. TJ taking the long way. Slides in under the ropes. Big right hand rocks Liz. And these two do-si-doed each other for about 15 seconds before TJ takes advantage. Monkey flip out of the corner. TJ shoots the half into the cover. Corkscrew leg drop right to the chest of the champion. Pulls her down, figure fours that neck, drops the elbows. As TJ is now in control of this match. There's that belly-to-belly suplex. Now pounding Liz's head off the mat. Has her up. Liz escapes the suplex with the knee. Steel City Harriet takes TJ down. And that could be it. The whiplash off that clothesline. But TJ still in this match. Liz looking to end it. There it is. Spikes her with the cradle DDT. Pulls her away from the ropes. Back press, deep hook of the leg. And TJ able to kick out at 2.9. Staying in this match. Liz drives the knee into the spine. Now that Japanese stranglehold. Liz has been putting in work with Wizard in the HCW Training Center. It shows right there. That is vintage Wizard, if you will. Now a hot shot on the top rope. Into the cover. Right on that center shield. TJ able to kick out and keep this thing going. Goes for that knee again. This time TJ escapes. Pops back to her feet, but Liz able to send her into the corner. Big forearm strike. Now Liz puts TJ on that top rope. Ascends all the way up. Avalanche belly to back suplex, and that took a lot out of Liz. As she was powerbombed on the floor not long ago. Liz climbs that top rope, frog splash into the cover. TJ able to kick out, staying alive here, but not getting in any offense. Snap suplex from Liz. Liz having trouble standing now. She's taking a beating in this match, but she does not know the meaning of give up. As TJ catches her with a jawbreaker. And Liz sends her into the corner. Face plant after face plant. And TJ flops out of the corner like Flair in the 80s. But she is still in this match. Sidesteps that knee one more time. Liz puts her up on that top rope, looking to slingshot her back. Stretches out the arms just to stomp that shoulder joint. Liz in full control now. Right back into the corner. That's about 20 at least. Just forehead dribbling off that top turnbuckle. And while there is padding under that, never forget that there is a giant steel hook under that padding. That does not feel good. As TJ's whipped into the corner one more time. Liz puts her up top. Goes all the way up again. Frankensteiner sends her into the center. Liz is on an entirely different level right now, proving why she is the women's champion. Snapmares TJ back down. Kick right to the short ribs. She learned her lesson, stopped going for the knee. This time the kick to the ribs sets up the Japanese stranglehold. She is wrenching away at the neck of TJ. TJ somehow able to break that grip, modified arm drag out, but violates Wizard rule, and Liz makes her pay. Big release German into the center. TJ stayed alive. See, Jason knows what's up. If you can rip your asshole on a turnbuckle, imagine what it can do to your face. Liz now wrenches away at the neck of TJ. I have never seen this mean streak. There's a Steel City Harriet. Goes for the kick, but TJ out of the way. Liz Bulldog. Pulls TJ up to her feet. Whips her down by her hair. Liz falls into a cover. TJ somehow stayed alive. You got to think if Liz would have pinned her immediately after the lariat, this match would be over. Liz blows a kiss to the fans, signaling the end of this matchup, but eats an elbow. TJ starting to throw the strikes, but caught fireman's carry takeover. And immediately lifted up. Cradle DDT. Pulls TJ away from the ropes. That's gotta be it. Back press. Hooks the leg. And Liz, in dominant fashion, picks up the victory. And the momentum moving towards Ballroom Blitz. There was that big belly-to-belly suplex. That was how she beat Jacqueline on Throwdown. And the first ones wouldn't be enough. It would take two Steel City Harriets and a second Cradle DDT to get the job done. Not to mention that frog splash. Liz standing tall, championship match in her future, now has the momentum as we get set for our next match and we move on from the women's division into the tag team division as the newly formed team of the Underappreciated try to take on the team of the Disciples of Destruction. Pierre and Lassiter have been absolutely dominant since the televised era of high-class wrestling. Not to mention, they were dominant beforehand, but since we have started, they have held those championships multiple times. They have beaten every team in this division, and the Underappreciated, they know that to make a mark in this company, in that division, you have to go through the gatekeepers. And we understand that Vic Pierre and Noah Lassiter are indeed the gatekeepers of the HCW Tag Team Division. Think about it. Every team that has gone on to win those tag titles only did it after a victory over the Disciples. And we look to see if the underappreciated can try to join those ranks next. As Pierre and Lassiter make their way to the ring. Snake back in the building. And the most dominant tag team in HCW history. Well, almost. They still have, I believe, one or two more runs before they can beat Turbo Team. And then statistically, they will be the baddest tag team on this roster. But right now, they are up against two hungry Southerners, as the underappreciated have pledged allegiance to violence. Looking to make a mark on this tag team division. We know what Ace Bradley's capable of. Former ultra-violent champion. Andrew Stevens, very lackluster career, not gonna lie. He understands that. That's why this tag team exists. It looks like it's gonna be Pierre starting things off with Stevens. The bell rings. Tag team action is live. And Vic gonna back him into his own corner here. Ref gonna look for a break. We actually get a clean break. Stevens looks to take advantage. Hoists him up just to plant him down with that vertical suplex, but Pierre made the mistake. Cutting the ring in half the wrong way. Snapmare from Stevens. Big knee to the spine. Stevens holding on to that front face lock. Drops the elbow to the base of the skull. Ducks under. Drops him. Modified Alabama slam there. Shades of his tag team partner. Just released on the back end instead of the front. Big uppercut. Stevens was in control, but Vic able to whip him into that Disciples corner. Sends him into that big flying clothesline from Lassiter. You did not want to see that body flying at you. That is no small man. He goes for that DDT, but is stuffed and caught with a DDT of his own. Elbow drop right to the chest. Stevens understands he's going to have to stick and move with a much bigger Lassiter. Or just bounce his face off the mat and hope to knock him unconscious. Either way. Whips him down by the hair. Back of the head first. Another elbow drop. Andrew Stevens with a point to prove here. Looks to drag Lassiter back into the underappreciated corner. Lassiter able to break that grip with the elbows. Into that nasty backbreaker. Now some payback, bouncing the back of Andrew Stevens' head off that mat like a basketball. Elevates up and down with the sidewalk slam. Ace Bradley tagged into this matchup. Shoulder tackle takes Lassiter off his feet. There's a drop kick that caught him right under the chin. Goes for the second, but is sidestepped. Jawbreaker, Ace back on his feet. Shoulder tackle again. There is nothing pretty about Ace Bradley's offense. It's a lot of haymakers and shoulder blocks. Things that are going to drop you on your neck. No finesse whatsoever. Lassiter fights back. Big Beal tosses Ace. Andrew Stevens back up on the apron now, as Lassiter has pulled Bradley to the Disciples' side of the ring. Now all the way to the floor before tagging in Pierre. Bradley recovering on the outside. Looks like Vic's going to help him out. That rear mat slam, a favorite of Vic Pierre. Just a scrape of the boot right across the eyes. Proving if you want to fight dirty, we can fight dirty. Working on that shoulder joint. Pops it. Referees count at 6. Ace initiates. Sends Vic in. Follows it up. Electric chair drop. Pierre sends him over that top rope in a shoulder block. Puts him right back down on the floor. Big double stomp to the guts. Follows it with a kick to the chest. Pierre putting in work on the outside. But on the way back up, Ace Bradley reverses into that short arm shoulder tackle. And a kick right to the side of the head. Series of cross faces on the outside. Ace Bradley just disgusting with his assault. Ace sent back in the ring now. Break the count. Vic trying to follow up here. Brings him on that rope. Puts him down. Elevates up and down with that stomp to the chest. Could be looking for a sharpshooter here. Has that in deep. Ace Bradley refusing to give in here. Picks the ankle, rolls through. Kicks out with what's left over in those legs, but is then sent back into the Disciples' corner. And that's not where you want to be. As he's planted into the cover. Stevens caught with a neck breaker, but Ace Bradley able to kick out. Disciples thought it was over with that big double team. Now a gourd buster. Ace Bradley still in this match. There's a clothesline. Make it a pair. Ducks the line. Snap power slam on the big man. He usually follows that up with that big Alabama slam. Andrew Stevens is out on the floor. Ace stomps the gut to stand Lassiter back up. Lassiter able to block that hit. Answers back with one of his own. Goes for that kick, but gets caught in front face lock. Ace thinking DDT. And Lassiter wants the taunt. Well, Roll Tide, Alabama attitude with that big snap pile driver into the cover. Pierre there to break it up. But sent all the way to the floor by Stevens. Bradley now with that rear chin lock wrenching away at the neck of Lassiter. Beautiful jawbreaker. Back elbow stuns Ace into the corner. Lassiter looking to hang him up in that tree of Joey Lawrence before choking the life out of Ace Bradley. Stevens begging for a tag there. Pierre back into this match. Let's Ace back up on those shoulders. Hot shots him down on the top rope. There's the tag. Andrew Stevens back in this matchup. A big shoulder tackle of his own. And a clothesline that takes Pierre off his feet. Another shoulder tackle. Stevens trying to take advantage of this situation. Has him up. Thinking tombstone. No. Vic with the reversal tombstone of his own. He cartwheeled out of the tombstone. Now working the neck after the tombstone. Vic using his own move against him. Northern Lights too close to bridge. Ace trying to recuperate on the outside, taking a breather, sitting down. But that's not where you want to be sitting when your tag team partner is in a sharpshooter. Will Andrew Stevens tap out here? Ref right there to see it. Ace coming up. Vic saw it, released the hold. Stevens sends him over that top rope. From the outside in. Shoulder block into the sunset flip. And Andrew Stevens able to kick out. There's that snap tiger suplex. Thought he was going for a THC there. Instead, snap tiger, then drops all the weight across the shoulder. We know Andrew Stevens likes that Cobra clutch. And if he doesn't have any strength in that shoulder, there is no Cobra clutch. With Stevens back into that flying clothesline one more time. As Lassiter looks to set up that big discus boot. Sidestep by Stevens. Right to the eyes from Lassiter. Now sent back into the Disciples' corner. Gonna do the reversal this time. It's Pierre with the flying clothesline. As he looks to set up a THC. Drops him. THC connects. Away from the ropes, into the cover. And Andrew Stevens not able to kick out. But what a match. Underappreciated versus the Disciples. There's that big double team. Roll Tide snap pile driver. Things were looking good, but what Stevens was not counting on was a THC. As we get set for our next matchup. And it is champion versus challenger. One more time before Ballroom Blitz. Trustin Banks going one-on-one with Iceman. And these two have been going back and forth for weeks. And one more match before the Blitz. We see who can walk in with the momentum. Will it be the challenger Trustin Banks or the champion, the Iceman Lance Walker? And we are ready. Iceman bum rushes him. Knee strike to the side of the head. What is with these early assaults today? TJ and Liz both beat the hell out of each other. Now showtime. Or excuse me. Iceman with a knockout knee strike, make it a double. Trustin Banks can't even get out of the blocks. And Iceman laying in those right hands, now a slap to the face. Banks has yet to recover from that drive-by knee. There's a good old-fashioned Mr. Perfect-like neck snap. And a leg snap the other way. Iceman playing no games here. Banks finally looking to get some offense in, sends Iceman off the ropes. Back elbow, no effect. Iceman answers back with a stiff forearm and an impaler DDT. What is going on here? Iceman on another level. As Banks is sent into the corner, now up top. Iceman follows all the way to the top. Big superplex. Trustin Banks still able to kick out somehow. Give the kid an A for resilience. Pulls through with that neck snap again. Iceman did not like the comments by Trustin Banks saying that he was not a legend in this company. Saying he was a pretender. And Iceman showing him exactly what makes him a legend. As Banks finally gets some offense in off the fireman's carry. Big right hand. Belly to back suplex. And after 2 minutes of pure dominance from Iceman, Trustin Banks finally getting something going. Going for the suplex. Iceman tried to block the first one, but would get caught on the second. Ducks the clothesline. Iceman right there. T-bone suplex. Under the cover, but Banks kicks out at one. Iceman drops that elbow right to the top of the head one more time. Now one to the chest. Iceman has him up again. Snake eyes in the corner. Banks has had that one small offensive flurry. Other than that, it has been all Iceman since before the bell even rang. Going for that sidewalk slam. Iceman fights out with another knee strike. Now up top, drops him. Shades of his mentor, the man he looked up to Dean Malenko with that military press gut buster. Iceman puts him on those ropes, and we know what this is. Newly added to the repertoire, Lance Guillotine. And it looks like Trustin Banks' face bounced off of Iceman's shoulders when his neck snapped off the ropes because Banks is busted open. Caught that shoulder bone square in the forehead. Clothesline from Banks. It seems like the blood may have pissed him off. This is maybe the first time in Banks' career that he's been busted open. Welcome to the stream, Jeff. And yes, Iceman is kind of putting the paws on him right now, as he sends him sternum first into those steel steps. Now into the ring. Referee's count is at 8. This is going to end in a count out. And Iceman doesn't care. He did what he set out to do, which is beat the holy hell out of Trustin Banks. There's that beautiful superplex. I want to see if we can get a shot of the Lance Guillotine. Nasty T-bone. There it is. Look, right there. Bam! When his neck bounced off, his forehead caught the shoulder bone. That's what busted him open. I thought so, but I had to see it from that second angle. Iceman's going to win this one by count out. But it was not a cheap victory, as that was domination. I think he looks more like JYD than Coco. But that's just me. Banks is recovering on the outside, still on one knee. Iceman assaulted him before the match started and did not let off the gas until the very end. As we get set for the next match here on Mayhem. And it is a triple threat match with 3 big heavyweights. It is Mike Morgan representing the Fallen. War and Peace representing the Movement. And the newest member of the triple threat, Champagne Dane Sanders. Looking to destroy each other in this big man match. And I personally am ready for this one. I saw these 3 as well as 3 other men at one of our live events. And they beat the bejesus out of each other. These men have all been looking to hold singles gold. Mike Morgan has, of course, in the pre-televised era. But War and Peace, after making his comeback last season, forming the Movement. And Dane Sanders, of course, joining the triple threat after Fergal Flynn beat the hell out of Steve Taylor. Peace walking to the ring with a purpose. Now representing the Fallen, Mike Morgan making his way down to the ring. No pomp and circumstance for Morgan here. No pyro and ballyhoo, if you will. Just a man on a mission to prove which faction has the dominant heavyweight. You guys are super heavyweights. Who am I kidding? As we await the entrance of the third competitor. I 1000% agree with you, Jeff. I don't know what that has to do with what we're doing today, but I'm glad you brought it up, because it's the truth. And Champagne Dane is in the building, living that big money lifestyle. Dane Sanders been with us a very long time. Singles competitor. Now finally the enforcer for the triple threat. Yeah, right, Jason. Dane wishes his goatee was that dope. Although I better not say that too loud. I'm pretty sure Champagne Dane would try to kill me. Don't let the champagne part of the name fool you. He's still Big Dangerous Dummy. He's just a big dangerous dummy with money now. War and Peace. Mike Morgan, Dane Sanders. Who is the most dominant heavyweight in these factions? As we start things off quick, Mike Morgan STO on War and Peace. Dane Sanders overhead belly to belly on Mike Morgan. Now grabbing a hold of the trapezius. Dane out. Mike Morgan sweeps the leg. War and Peace drops him. Modified body slam into the fist drop. Dane with the elbow. Going for the cover early. Dane not having it. Sends Peace off the ropes. Catches him coming in with that big boot. Dane and War and Peace now. Showing off the strength. Fall away slam on Peace. Dane runs into Mike Morgan. There's that neck breaker. Fireman's carry from Morgan. Makes his way back to his feet. And these three men are going to throw each other around this entire match. As War and Peace tried to steal one there. Instead, another fireman's carry from Morgan. He dips low, up and down with that amateur style slam. Never forget that just because he is a giant 300-pound man, he has a great amateur wrestling base. Goes to that belly-to-back suplex. War and Peace able to shift his weight mid-throw. Speaking of throws, there's an overhead belly-to-belly from War and Peace. Getting in the corner now. Good snake eyes. Warren catches him on the way out. Knee. Into the big suplex toss. Modified big man Falcon Arrow there. Mike Morgan threatening to assault the referee if he would have counted that. Warren Peace bounces Mike out of the corner. Big German suplex. War and Peace continues to work on the neck of Mike Morgan. Sanders in the corner biding his time. Face plants Peace. Now turning his attention to Mike Morgan, who sweeps the leg like the Cobra Kai Dojo. Go behind. Huge German suplex sends War and Peace into the ropes. Kick to the chest for good measure. And you do not want this big man coming out of the corner on you. Thankfully, he waits for War and Peace to get back up. Diving axe handle plants him. We appreciate that, Jeff. If you haven't already, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Let them know where to find the best damn pro wrestling in the digital world. As War and Peace is whipped into the corner, and all three men collide. Dane sends Warren over just to bring him in the hard way. Big pump clothesline takes War and Peace completely off his feet. Dane Sanders, the only man standing right now. As that clothesline about took War and Peace's head off. As you see, he goes and uses the ropes to get back up. That low forearm. Turns him around. Dane able to reverse it, kick out the knee. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is not where you want to be. Big throwing power bomb from Sanders. Mike Morgan right there with the STO trying to take advantage. And Mike could steal one here. He let Dane do all the damage. And War and Peace still has something left in the tank. Big spear cuts him in half. Too close to the ropes though. Dane Sanders violates Wizard Rule. Eats a snake eyes for his troubles right up onto the shoulders. Not where you want to be. F sank into the cover. But Dane able to kick out. It is going to take a lot for somebody to win these matches. These are three huge, strong individuals. This is not a one finish kind of match. Tossing belly to back suplex. Dane out of the ring. Mike catches War and Peace on the way in with that jawbreaker. War and Peace though, bell clap into a hip toss. Escapes the situation now into a cover. Combination of strikes to a seated Mike Morgan. Now a knee drop right across the back of the neck. Sanders back in, big axe handle takes both men down. Well, Mike down, it just wobbled Peace. Showtime is currently the World Heavyweight Champion. Iceman from the last match is our Hybrid Champion. Zero, our Super Junior Champion. The Hollywood Heroes are our Tag Team Champions. Hold on 1 second. Peacekeeper. And Liz from our opening match is our Women's Champion. Off the Snake Eyes onto the shoulders again. War and Peace picking the wrong times to taunt. Over the shoulders into the DDT. Last but not least, the man in the main event. Fergal Flynn is our ultra-violent champion. As War and Peace and Dane Sanders continue to beat the hell out of each other. Big T-bone power slam. Dane Sanders rolls out of the way of the kick, makes his way back up. Drops the weight across the chest. Dane now goes back to that trap hold. Not to be confused with the trap house. Mike Morgan back into the ring. War and Peace catches him on the way in. Now up on the shoulders. Thinking War Report. Drops him. But Dane right there whips him down into the cover. Mike Morgan tries to crawl into the cover. Dane Sanders has none of it. Mike back up, tossing belly to back suplex one more time. War and Peace with that leg strength shoves Mike Morgan back. And what is it going to take to win this triple threat match? There's another jawbreaker from Morgan. Now up onto the shoulders. F sank dead center into the cover. And Dane Sanders a step slow getting back in the ring. Mike Morgan picks up the W. But what a match from all three of these men. There was the big spear. The first F sank. We saw War Report, a Peacekeeper. We saw the power bomb toss. We saw it all in this match. There's the Peacekeeper. Man, I love that move. But in the end, the Fallen will stand tall, and Mike Morgan will make them all rise with the Fallen. As this faction warfare continues, we get ready for our main event. And Fergal Flynn, the ultra-violent champion, goes one-on-one with the man who has been on a roll, Logan Neal. The real deal is more than a nickname. It is an apt description, as in 1 week's time, he has taken out the Hybrid Champion, the #1 contender for the Hybrid Champion. And now he looks to see if he can take out the ultra-violent champion to continue his path to the top here in high-class wrestling. Coincidentally enough, after seeing Dane Sanders representing the triple threat in this last match, now we see the man whose spot he took after Fergal Flynn turned his back on the triple threat at Smokeout beat the hell out of Steve Taylor. They needed a new enforcer. That was Dane Sanders, but Fergal Flynn is back out on his own and currently holds gold. So I would say he made the right choice, as the triple threat currently hold none of the belts in high class wrestling. But this man does. You can send us an email at highclasswrestling@gmail.com. And we will give you all the specs, and we can have a further discussion about adding to the roster. But for right now, we are getting settled in for this main event match. I like the name, not gonna lie, I like the name. As the ultra-violent champion waits on his opponent here. As the real deal, Logan Neal makes his way into this building. He is a former hybrid champion, and right now he is on the roll of a lifetime. His third consecutive main event. He has already beaten the hybrid champion and #1 contender, but can he beat the ultra-violent champion? We get ready for our main event, waiting for the bell to ring, and hold on a second. The King of Kong Style himself, Bake, making his way down to ringside. Bake, of course, a firm believer in Logan Neal. Bake, one of the reasons Neal got signed. And also, Bake and Fergal Flynn's rivalry goes all the way back to season 1. And Bake wants a bird's eye view of this one. These two men lock up. Neal grabs a hold of the side headlock. Takes him down, continues to hold on, right hand. Right to the forehead. They lock back up this time. Flynn grabs a hold of the wrist lock. Transitions into a hammerlock. Wrenches away, shoves Logan Neal back. A headbutt to the back of the head. Likes to follow it with that peel, and does. Flynn sends Neal off the ropes. Big spine buster on the way in. Flynn now, rib breaker, plants Logan Neal. Neal sends Flynn off the ropes. Corkscrew European uppercut, drops the champ. Cravat neck breaker, aka the Logan Neal special. Neal with another European uppercut, rocks Flynn, go behind into the German. This kid is good. Only in his mid-20s, and he's already this good and scary. Release butterfly suplex from Neal. Flynn fights back with the elbow, runs in, but gets caught with a power slam. Neal ascends that top rope. Drops the elbow right across the chest. Now into that old submission hold used by his trainer and former tag team champion partner, Jacob Barton. Barton, of course, in a hiatus from professional wrestling. Look at that quick go behind into the gut buster. But Neal knows he would be nothing without Barton, still pays homage to this day. Neal up top waiting for Flynn to get back to his feet, and this match has been all Logan Neal. Drops that chop across the back of the neck. Bionic elbow to the forehead. Flynn into the cover. Looking to try to get things back on his side here. He's just whipping Logan Neal around. Now rear chin lock trying to slow the momentum. Jawbreaker. Big European uppercut rocks him. But a back body drop from Flynn puts Neal on the floor. Neal back to his feet, sends Flynn back in. Bake has not done anything. Just watching the match from the outside. There's that walking side slam. Big clothesline from Flynn. Ducks. Back body drop. And another spine buster. Flynn hasn't gotten in much offense, but the offense he has gotten in has been strong, and there's the headbutts. Neal gets dropped by that trio. Now face planted. There is nothing pretty about Fergal Flynn's game as he sets up a Doombringer elbow. Knocks the poor kid down. Possibly out for the cover. And somehow Logan Neal has something left in the tank. Caught. Up in that choke, going for the choke bomb, but Neal able to arm drag out of it. Flynn not letting him get any momentum, sends him into the corner, axe handle. Now chest first into the corner, nasty German. Working on the shoulders, grabs a hold of the trapezius. Into the cover, but Neal able to kick out of a very lax cover. Drops the leg, brother. Flynn back on his feet, back body drop. Right back to work on the trapezius. If he weakens the right arm, it takes the Shoryuken out of the repertoire. Continues to pinch away at the shoulder. Count of 2. Logan Neal still in this match, but he eats a big right hand to the jaw. Flynn now wrenching away at the neck. Fans trying to get Logan Neal back into this thing. Big body splash out of the corner from Flynn. Just dropping the body weight. Now the elbow one more time. Flynn took the assault early, but now looking to come back. Steve Taylor making $20 off that missed cutter. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex from Flynn. And Flynn goes right back to work with those headbutts. And it looks like it's the beginning of the end, as Neal's been busted open. Neal bleeding profusely from that forehead. Gets caught. Hot-shotted on the top rope. Flynn into the cover. Neal still kicking out. I don't even know how he can see through that blood. Neal rolls out of the way, back to his feet. Uppercut by Flynn and a doombringer. And he's got to be out of here. Logan Neal suffering his first victory or first loss, of season 3. As he caught a whooping from Fergal Flynn. But Bake's in the ring. Axe handle takes Flynn down. Now right hand, and now stomping the hell out of the ultraviolet champion. Bake knows this thing's not over. Snap jab. Flynn back in it, snapmares him down, working the neck. Flynn with that camel clutch, trying to wrench away at the neck and back of Bake. Bake has tried time and time again to get the better of Flynn, but Flynn is always ready. There's the headbutts. And Bake is down again. Flynn setting up another Doombringer. Drops Bake dead center. Bake got the better of Flynn in seasons 1 and 2. Season 3 looking like it might be different. And that is going to do it for us here from HCW. So on behalf of Logan Neal, Bake, and more importantly, Fergal Flynn, I have been your high guy. Yes, indeed, your fly guy. The truth from the booth. B.I. Double signing off. And we'll see you on Thursday for Throwdown.